The war between humans and aliens had reached its darkest point. Explosions lit up the sky, and smoke filled the air. On the broken ground of a strange alien planet, a lone human soldier named Ryan walked carefully through the battlefield. He had been separated from his team. The radio was silent. He was alone. As he moved through the ruins, something caught his attention, a weak sound, like a whisper or a cry. He followed the sound, holding his rifle tightly, not knowing what to expect. Behind a pile of rocks, he saw a girl. Not human, alien. She had silver skin, glowing purple eyes, and long black hair that shimmered even in the dust. Her body was hurt, her leg bleeding, her hands shaking. But she did not look afraid. Instead, she stared directly at him, calm and silent. Ryan pointed his gun at her. She didn't move. "Are you injured?" Ryan asked, slowly lowering his weapon. She didn't answer. She just kept looking into his eyes, as if trying to understand him. Then she spoke in perfect English, though her voice was soft and tired. "You're not like the others," she said. Ryan was surprised. "You speak my language." She gave a weak smile. "You saved me from the fire. That means you chose me." Ryan didn't understand. "What are you talking about? I was just trying to help." The alien girl suddenly grabbed his wrist with surprising strength. Her touch was cold, but gentle. Her eyes glowed brighter. "In my culture," she whispered, "we choose only one mate in our lifetime. One soul, one bond. We feel it when we meet them, and I felt it." And he looked at me. Ryan froze. "Wait, what? You think I'm your mate?" She nodded slowly. "You touched me. You saved me. You looked into my soul. You made the choice, even if you didn't know." Ryan pulled his arm back. "No. This is a misunderstanding. I'm a soldier. I'm not. I didn't choose anything." But she didn't look angry or sad. She looked, "Sure, you cannot leave me now," she said. "If you do, the bond will break, and I will die." Ryan took a step back. "What are you saying? You'll die if I leave?" "Yes, it's the law of my kind. If a chosen bond is rejected, the heart cannot survive the pain." Ryan looked around, unsure what to do. He didn't believe in alien magic, but something deep inside him felt strange, like a voice whispering that something important had just happened. He looked down at her again. "What's your name?" She smiled faintly. Sierra, I'm Ryan." Their eyes met again. "Okay." This time, something clicked. He didn't want to admit it, but he felt something too. Not love, not yet, but a connection. Like they had met long ago in a different life. Suddenly, a loud sound echoed nearby. Alien drones flew past them, scanning the area. Sierra looked scared. "Now, they're looking for me," she said. "If they find me with you, they will kill you, and me." Ryan quickly helped her up. "Come on, we have to move." "But you said, I don't understand this bond thing, but I'm not letting you die out here." She leaned on him as they ran into the forest, hiding beneath thick alien trees with glowing leaves. The sky turned red as the sun began to set. Achaia, beside a quiet river. Zid-Ara sat down, breathing hard. Aya knelt beside her, checking her wound. He tore a piece of his uniform and wrapped it around her leg. "You don't have to do this," Rhea said. "I'm not doing it because of some alien culture," Ryan replied. "I'm doing it because I don't leave people behind." Rhea looked at him with wide eyes. "You still don't understand? You already chose me. The moment you saved me, your soul spoke." Ryan didn't respond. He sat quietly, staring at the stars. Everything felt too strange, too fast. "Rest," he said softly. "We'll figure this out tomorrow." But Zira knew the truth. From the moment they met, their paths were already written in the stars. The forest was silent, except for the soft sound of water flowing in the river. Zira slept beside a tree, her breathing steady but weak. Ryan sat nearby, holding his rifle, watching the sky through the glowing leaves. His mind was a storm. He had come to this planet as a soldier, a fighter, not a lover, not a protector of some alien girl who claimed their souls were now bound forever. He looked at Zira. She looked peaceful, even with the pain in her leg. She trusted him. She believed in this bond, but Ryan didn't. He believed in science, orders. In war, as morning light broke through the trees, Zira opened her eyes. She looked at Ryan and smiled. "You stayed," she whispered. "I had no choice," Ryan replied. Zira shook her head. "You always have a choice. You chose me again." Ryan stood up, brushing off dirt from his uniform. "Listen, Zira, I don't know what this bond means to your people, but I have to get back to my team. I have to return to the base." Zira's smile faded. Her voice became cold. "You don't get to leave me now." Ryan blinked. "Excuse me?" She stood slowly, even though her legs still hurt. Her eyes glowed faintly. "You made the bond. I didn't force it. But now that it exists, walking away will hurt us both." "I'm not your mate, Zira," Ryan said firmly. "I was just trying to help." Zira took a deep breath. "You may not believe in it, but my people do, and they will come for us. They find us together, they will think the bond is complete. If they think you're trying to escape, they will kill you." Ryan stepped back. "That's insane." Just then, a soft humming noise filled the air. Zira's eyes widened. Too late. "They're here." 3 figures appeared in the distance, walking silently through the forest. Tall, elegant, and deadly. They were Zira's sisters. Each wore armor that shimmered like metal and moonlight. Their faces were hard, their eyes sharp. One of them, taller than the rest, stepped forward. "Zira," she said coldly. "Is this the one?" Zira nodded. "Yes, sister. He saved me. He touched me. He chose me." The tallest sister narrowed her eyes and looked at Ryan. "You, human, you dare form a bond with a royal?" Ryan looked confused. "I didn't mean to silence." The other sister shouted. "You don't speak unless spoken to." Zira stepped between them. "Stop. He didn't know. I didn't tell him until it was too late." "That makes no difference now," said the leader. "The bond has begun. If he refuses it, he dies, and so do I," Zira added softly. Ryan stared at her. "You told me that before. I thought you were exaggerating." "I wasn't," she whispered. "This is how our world works. One mate, one bond, one life." The third sister pulled out a long, curved weapon. "Then let's end it now. Kill the human. End the shame." She moved forward, fast. Ryan raised his gun, but Zira stepped in front of him. "If you kill him, you kill me too." The sister stopped, confused. "You would die for him?" Zira nodded. "Yes." The leader's voice was calm now. "Think the bond is real?" Ryan looked between the sisters and Zira. He felt like he had been thrown into a dream he couldn't wake up from. "I never asked for this," he said quietly. Zira turned to him. "Neither did I, but it happened. And now we must live with it." The leader gave a short nod. "You must come with us. The elders will decide what happens next." "I'm not going anywhere with you," Ryan replied. Zira touched his hand gently. "Please, Ryan, come with me. Don't run. If you run, they will hunt you. You won't survive. But if we go together, we have a chance." Ryan looked into her glowing eyes. She was scared, not for herself, but for him. Finally, he sighed. "All right, Ako, but only because I don't want to see anyone else die." The leader turned. "Follow us. Say nothing." They walked through the glowing forest. Ryan stayed close to Zira. His mind was still racing, but something inside him had changed. He didn't know what the future held, but he knew one thing for sure. He wasn't just a soldier anymore. The alien city shimmered like glass under the pale sun. Tall towers stretched into the sky, glowing with soft purple lights. Strange flying creatures moved between the buildings. Ryan had never seen anything like it. Everything looked beautiful, but it felt dangerous. He walked in silence between Zira and her three sisters. Round them, alien guards followed, holding sharp energy weapons. The path they walked led straight to the Royal Hall, a huge place made of silver stone, floating just above the ground. It looked like a temple, but Ryan didn't feel peace. He felt like a prisoner. Zira held his hand as they entered the hall. "Don't speak unless I speak first," she whispered. "Stay calm." "I shouldn't even be here," Ryan muttered. She looked at him with sad eyes. "If you weren't, I'd be dead." Inside the royal hall, many aliens sat in a circle. Their skin was different shades, blue, silver, and gold, but their expressions were the same, cold and serious. At the center stood an old alien man with golden tattoos and bright white eyes. He was the High Elder. Zero stepped forward. "Great One," she said, bowing. "This is Ryan, the one who formed the bond with me." The elder stared at the human for a long moment. "A human dares bond with a royal?" "It was not planned," Zero said quickly. "He saved my life." The bond happened without warning. One of the council members stood, saying the bond must be broken. The human must die. "No," Zero shouted. Gasps echoed around the room. It was rare for anyone to speak loudly before the council. Zero took a breath and spoke again. "If you kill him, I die. You all know the truth of our bond. If one dies, so does the other. I will not let him die." "I won't allow it." The elder raised a hand. Silence. He looked at Ryan. "Do you understand what this bond means?" "Human." Ryan stepped forward slowly. His voice was calm, but inside he was nervous. "I'm still trying to understand it. But I didn't ask for this. I didn't want to hurt anyone. Yet your presence brings danger," another elder said. "Our people are afraid. They believe this bond is a trick-hand invasion." "I didn't invade anything," Ryan said. "I just pulled her out of a fire. I couldn't leave her there to die." The council began to whisper. One of the sisters spoke, anger in her voice. "We can't trust him. He's a soldier. He carries weapons. His kind is violent." Zira stepped forward again. "His kind also saves lives. He risked his own for me." The elder closed his eyes, thinking, "If the bond is real, then it cannot be undone. But that does not make him safe." Ryan clenched his fists. "I don't want war. I don't want to fight, but I won't run from the truth. I feel something too. I don't understand it, but it's real." Zira looked at him with surprise. His words had changed. They felt honest. The elder spoke again. "Then we must test the bond." "What kind of test?" Ryan asked carefully. "You'll be taken to the sacred chamber," the elder said. "There, your mind and heart will be shown. If the bond is pure, you will live. If it is false, your soul will burn." Ryan's heart dropped. "That's not a test. That's a death sentence." "Is the only way," the elder replied. Guards stepped forward to take Ryan away. Zira moved in front of them. "Let me go with him." The elder looked at her, then nodded once. "Very well. If he burns, so will you." They were taken through a secret path beneath the city. The air became cold. Its glowing lights on the walls showed ancient writings. Finally, they reached a round room filled with bright energy. Zero held Ryan's hand tightly. "No matter what happens, I'm glad I met you." He looked at her. "You're crazy. You know that?" She smiled. "Maybe, but I'd rather die with someone who saved me than live with people who fear love. The lights grew brighter. Energy flowed around them, touching their skin, entering their minds. Ryan felt a strange pull, like his thoughts were being read. His memories flashed his family, the war, the day he saved Zira. He saw her memories to her childhood, her loneliness, her dreams of peace. Then, silence. Suddenly, the lights faded. A soft voice echoed in the chamber. The bond is true. The light faded from the sacred chamber, leaving only a soft glow around Ryan and Zira. The energy that had wrapped around them was gone. The air felt heavy, but peaceful. For a few seconds, there was silence. Then a voice, calm and deep, echoed through the chamber walls. The bond is real. It cannot be broken. Ryan looked at Zira. Her eyes were wide, but not with fear. She smiled, tears in her eyes. For the first time, she seemed at peace. I knew it, she whispered. Guards opened the chamber door. Zira and Ryan were taken back to the royal hall where the elders were waiting. Their faces were serious, unreadable. The High Elder stood slowly. The ancient force has spoken. The bond between this human and Zira is true. One of the council members slammed his hand on the table. Then it is worse than we feared, a human and a royal, together. This will break the laws of our kind. Zira stepped forward. Okay, the law says the bond must be real, nothing more. The old magic accepted him. What else do you want? Another elder spoke. Our people are already afraid. They will not understand this. Some believe it is a human trick, trapped to destroy us from within. Ryan raised his voice. It's not a trick. I didn't even know what the bond was until Zira explained it. Okay, I didn't come here to hurt anyone, but you did. One sister replied coldly. You brought chaos to our world. Now, we are at the edge of war. Zira looked around the room. If this turns into war, then it is your choice, not ours. The High Elder raised his hand. Enough. The bond is real, but that does not mean peace. The people will demand answers. They may rise against this union, and the human army may see this as a threat. He turned to Ryan. You must choose human. Will you stay here with Zira and protect the bond? Or will you return to your people and face them as a soldier? Okay. Ryan looked at Zira. She didn't speak. Her eyes begged him to stay, but she wouldn't force him. He closed his eyes. His heart was torn. Staying meant turning his back on everything he knew. Returning meant breaking the bond and maybe starting a war. What if I stay? Ryan asked. What happens then? The elder replied, you will live among us, but you must accept our ways. You will be watched, okay? If you break the bond, the pain will kill her and likely kill you. Ryan took a deep breath. And if I go? Zira answered softly, then my heart will begin to fade. I won't survive long. Ryan stepped back, trying to think clearly. It has to be another way, some way to stop the war without choosing. Between two worlds, there is one path, the elder said. Speak before both armies. Stand with Zira in front of her people, in yours. Show them that this bond is not a threat. That sounds easy, Ryan said, half laughing. But it's not. Zira took his hand. You don't have to fight alone. Ryan looked into her eyes. She had saved him in ways no one else ever had. Not by weapons, not by war, but by simply believing in him. He nodded. All right, we'll face them. Together. Later that day, word spread across the cities. The human who bonded with a royal would speak before all. Some were angry, were curious. Some were afraid. As the sun set, Zira and Ryan stood on the platform in the city square. A crowd gathered, hundreds of alien faces staring at them. Some shouted, some cried. Soldiers stood ready, weapons in hand. Zira stepped forward first. I didn't plan this, neither did he. But fate brought us together. Ask you not to fight what the stars already accepted. Then Ryan spoke. I'm not your enemy. I never wanted this war, never wanted this bond, but now I feel it deep inside. Zira means something to me, something I don't have a name for yet, but it's real. Suddenly, a noise came from above. A human warship entered the sky, engines roaring. Ryan's radio buzzed to life. Lieutenant Ryan, step away from the alien. This is your final warning. Zira looked at him with fear. They'll kill us both. Ryan held her hand tightly. I'm not going anywhere. The human warship hovered in the sky above the alien city. Its shadow covered the crowd below. Lights flashed, weapons aimed. The message from Earth Command was clear. Lieutenant Ryan, you are ordered to neutralize the alien target. She is a threat to human peace talks. If you refuse, we will take action. Ryan's heart raced. He stood beside Zira on the platform. Hundreds of eyes stared at them. Alien guards held their weapons. The crowd was silent, waiting. Zira looked up at him. They want you to kill me, don't they? Ryan didn't answer right away. His hand reached for the communicator on his chest. He pressed the button. This is Lieutenant Ryan, he said, his voice shaking. I have the target in sight, but she's not a threat. She saved my life. She is bonded to me. A pause. Then another voice replied, calm and cold. We understand, Lieutenant, but emotions are not part of your orders. Complete the mission. Ryan closed his eyes. He remembered the first day he saw Zira broken, bleeding but proud. She never begged. She never lied. She stood by him even when her people wanted him dead. He looked at her now. I don't want to lose you. She gave a sad smile. Then, don't pull the trigger. The warship's engines roared louder. Ryan's earpiece buzzed again. Last chance, Lieutenant. Do your duty. End the alien before she turns the people against us. Ryan reached for his gun. The crowd gasped. Even Zero took a step back. He raised it slowly. His fingers trembled. The gun pointed at her heart. I'm sorry, he whispered. Zira didn't move. If you must do it, I understand. Ryan stared at her. Her eyes were soft. There was no fear, only love. Real love. His hand dropped the gun. It hit the ground. With a loud clink, he turned on his communicator. Command. This is Ryan. I won't do it. I won't kill her. Then you are a traitor. A red light appeared on his chest, a targeting laser. Then, one by one, more lasers locked onto Zira. Zero gasped. They're going to kill us both. Ryan pulled her behind him. Didn't let them try. Suddenly, a loud hum came from the sky. The alien ships rose into the air defensive fighters surrounding the warship. Alien energy shields flickered on. Weapons aimed upward. Zira's sisters rushed forward. He saved our royal. If he dies, we lose her. We must protect them. For a moment, the air was full of fire. Ships faced each other. Weapons glowed. One mistake would mean war. Zira looked at the elders. Please, stop this. The High Elder raised his hand. Enough. The alien ships powered down, but the human warship stayed in position. Ryan, command said again. Step away now, or we launch a missile. Ryan looked at Zira. Her fingers tightened around his. He turned to the sky. You want to kill me? Then do it. But no, this if I die, she dies. And if she dies, her people will bring fire to Earth. There was silence. Then the warship slowly turned away. The engines quieted. The ship disappeared into the clouds. The crowd let out a deep breath. Some cheered, some cried. Others simply stared in shock. Ryan fell to his knees. Zira knelt beside him. You didn't kill me? She whispered. He looked at her, exhausted. I couldn't. She smiled. Now you understand the bond. That night, they sat alone by the river. The same place where Ryan had first helped her. The stars above looked brighter now, quieter. You were sent to kill me, Zira said softly. Ryan nodded. But instead, I chose you. I would have let you pull the trigger, she said. I know. That's what made me drop the gun. Zero leaned her head on his shoulder. They'll still come after us, your people, maybe even mine. I let them come, Ryan said. I won't run anymore. She looked at him. You're not just a soldier now, he smiled. No, I'm your mate. And in that moment, they knew their story was far from over. The next morning, the city woke to the sound of alarms. Zira opened her eyes and looked at the sky. Red lights flashed across the alien towers. Loud sirens echoed through the air. Ryan sat beside her, already dressed, his gun in hand. They're coming, he said. Your people, Zira asked, already knowing the answer. He nodded. Earth Command sent more ships. They think I've been captured. They believe this bond is a trap. They want to destroy your city before it spreads. Zero stood up quickly. Then we must speak to the High Elder. Now, the streets were full of alien citizens, confused and afraid. Guards rushed past them, preparing weapons and shields. Ryan and Zero pushed through the crowd, reaching the royal hall where the elders waited. The High Elder looked tired, his eyes heavy. We tried peace, he said quietly. Now we must prepare for war. No, Ryan said. War is what they want. But if we fight, everything will be lost. Your people do not listen, one of the sisters said. They fear what they don't understand. Zira held Ryan's hand. There must be another way. Something stronger than fear. Something greater than war. The elder nodded. There is one thing that may stop them. One message. One image. What is it? Ryan asked. The bond ceremony, Zira said softly. If we complete it before your army attacks, they see the truth with their own eyes, maybe they will stop. But the ceremony is sacred, her sister warned. Tea has never been done with a human. Zira looked at Ryan. Do you trust me? He didn't even hesitate. With my life. Inside the city, giant warships appeared in the sky. Human tanks landed on the plains. Earth soldiers in heavy armor moved into position. Inside the alien city, the people gathered in the central square. The bond ceremony would be done in front of everyone for the first time in history. The alien priests stood ready. A bright circle of light appeared on the stone floor. Ryan stepped inside. Zira followed him. Soft music began to play deep and calming. The ground glowed beneath them. Energy surrounded their hands as they held each other. The crowd was silent. Zira spoke first. This bond is not a weapon. It is not a lie. It is truth, chosen by fate. Ryan spoke next. I came here as a soldier, but I found something stronger than any army. I found her. As their hands joined fully, the circle of light burst upward, sending a wave of pure energy into the sky. It moved like a signal, bright, golden, and full of warmth on the human warship. The commander watched the screen. The energy pulse reached their ship. The soldiers stopped, confused. The warmth touched their skin like a memory of home. Something deep inside them shifted. The commander narrowed his eyes. Is this the bond? A message appeared on the screen. It was Ryan's voice, live and clear. If you kill us, you kill love. You kill peace. You kill a chance for two worlds to understand each other. Silence filled the ship down below. The alien crowd began to cheer. The ceremony was complete. Okay, the bond was now sealed in front of the world. But just as hope began to rise, an explosion rocked the ground. One of the human tanks had fired. A group of soldiers ignored the commander's order. They moved toward the city gates. Alien fighters launched into the sky. Cannons powered up. The war had begun. Ryan pulled Zero close. "Get to safety." "No," she said. "Not without you." High Elder shouted, "Get them out of here." "Okay." But before anyone could move, another blast hit the city wall. Dust and fire filled the air. Zero was knocked to the ground. Ryan crawled to her. "You hurt?" She nodded slowly. "I'm okay." Then he saw it. Blood. "No, you're not." Zero tried to sit up. "I can't. Feel my arm." Ryan looked around. The city was under attack. The bond ceremony had failed to stop the violence. But something had changed. Aliens were helping. Humans were helping aliens. Soldiers from both sides began pulling the wounded to safety. Some refused to fight. They dropped their weapons. They protected each other. The people had seen the bond, and some of them believed in it. As the sun set, the fighting slowed. Commanders on both sides called for a ceasefire. For the first time, peace was not just a dream. It was beginning. Ryan sat beside Zero as healers treated her wound, held her hand, not letting go. "You saved me again," she whispered. "No," he said, gently touching her cheek. "You saved us all." The city was quiet. Smoke still floated in the air. Buildings were damaged, but standing. The battlefield was covered with broken weapons and dropped flags. For the first time in days, no one was fighting. Instead, humans and aliens worked side by side, pulling the wounded from rubble, giving water, and sharing food. The war had not fully ended, but something greater had begun. A new understanding. Ryan sat beside Zero in the healing room. Her arm was wrapped in white bandages. Her skin was pale, but her breathing had become steady. She was alive. He held her hand, gently brushing his thumb over her fingers. "You scared me," he whispered. She smiled weakly. "You scare me too. When you run to war tanks like that." They both laughed softly, but then grew quiet. Their eyes met. Ain't nothing needed to be said. The bond between them had spoken louder than any army. The High Elder entered the room, followed by a few council members. Their faces were tired, but their eyes were different now, not cold, but respectful. "You saved more than just each other," the elder said. "You saved hope." Ryan stood. "I didn't do it alone." Zero slowly sat up, leaning on Ryan's shoulder. People from both sides stopped fighting because they saw something real, something true. The elder nodded. "For years, we feared the humans. No, we saw them as threats. But now, we see one of them as family." One of Zero's sisters stepped forward, lowering her head. "Forgive me, Ryan. I doubted you. I even wanted you dead. But today, would fight beside you." Ryan smiled. "Let's hope there's no more fighting." Outside, the people began gathering in the square again to watch a war, but to witness peace. The bond flame still glowed in the center of the city. Its golden light burned strong, a symbol of unity between two worlds. Zero looked at Ryan. "Do you know what happens now?" He shook his head. "No, but I'm with you." She took his hand and guided him outside. The crowd parted as they walked. Aliens bowed their heads. Humans nodded with respect. Children smiled at the center. The High Elder raised his voice. "Let all people hear this, okay? Bond born from fire now lights the way. This human chose peace. This alien chose love. Together, they chose each other." Zero stepped into the bond flame's light. Ryan followed. "Ryan," she said, softly, her voice clear for all to hear. "When you pulled me from the fire, I thought I would die. But your eyes told me something else. They said, you are not alone." That moment changed everything. Ryan's voice was quiet, but strong. "When I saw you in pain, I felt something I couldn't explain. I didn't know what a bond was. I didn't know your world. But I knew one thing: I couldn't let you die. Zira's eyes filled with tears. You had every reason to leave, every reason to follow orders, but you stayed. Ryan stepped closer. I chose you then. And I choose you forever. The bond flame surged higher, glowing with warmth that reached every heart in the crowd. Aliens wept. Humans clapped. For the first time, both sides stood together, not as enemies, but as witnesses to something beautiful, a new future. Later that evening, stars appeared in the sky. Zira and Ryan stood on a high balcony overlooking the city. The war may return, Zira said softly. It might, Ryan agreed. But this time, we'll face it together. She hand her head on his shoulder. I never believed in fate until I met you. Ryan smiled. Funny, I never believed in love on alien planets. They laughed. The stars above them blinked gently, as if smiling too. Far away, messages were being sent to both governments. Talks of peace had begun. New rules, new treaties, a shared world. But none of that mattered to Zira and Ryan right now. What mattered was the bond. One heart, two souls, forever joined.